So in this video, we're going to be looking at which of these 6 calculations here are the same as 35% of 200. So you might want to pause the video here, have a little think, see if you can figure out which ones are the same as 35% of 200, and then play the video to see if you're right. Okay? So, assuming you've done that, first of all, thinking about 35% of 200, well, 35% as a decimal is 0.35, and when we say 35% of 200, we're multiplying, aren't we? So that statement is precisely the same as saying 0.35 times 200. So that is definitely equivalent to finding 35% of 200. Okay. Now, 35% is 35 over 100. So as a fraction, it is this. So 35 over 100 is the fraction 35%, so this is equivalent. Now, 35 over 100 is not the same as 1 over 35. So the only way that these two could be equivalent is if those two fractions were equivalent fractions, which they're not. So that is not equivalent. Now, the 35 over 100, that fraction can be simplified down because top and bottom, numerator and denominator, can both be divided by 5. So 35 divided by 5 is 7, and 100 divided by 5 is 20. So 35 over 100 is the same as 7 over 20. So this is also equivalent. Now, 7 over 20 times 200, well, that can be manipulated because you could write that as being 7 times 200 over 20. So essentially what it's saying is you could do the 7 times 200 first and then divide by 20, or you could do the 200 divided by the 20 times by 7, which is that. So you can do that in any real order here. The order of operations doesn't really matter because multiplication and division have that same order of prevalence. So, that, well, 200 divided by 20 is 10. So that is the same as this. So this must also be equivalent. Now, where has this one come from? Well, 200 over 5 times by 3. Well, this is coming from just a general mixture of using 35 and splitting it up into the 3 and the 5. And this is showing a misconception of what finding 35% actually is. It would be the same if you were saying, well, 35% is 3/5, but it's not. Okay, 35% is not 3/5. Now we can check that these two are equivalent or not because we know that 7 times 10 is equivalent, and that answer is, of course, 70. So is this 70? Well, 200 divided by 5 is 40. 40 times 3 is 120. So clearly that's not 70. So that one's out. So this one, this one, this one, and that one. Okay, they were the 4 that were equivalent to 35% of 200.